Welcome everybody, welcome. My name is Doc Joker, come on the DJC. Today we are getting back into Assassin's Creed Valhalla, the Dawn of Ragnarok. Now, yesterday, I tried a new editing thing. I was kind of harsh with cuts and blends, and I'm going to see if I can fix that a little bit. But, we're getting right back into this. We are finding Broker. He should be here any minute. Of all our enemies, Samara is the most vicious. I remember when she and Sutor were bitter rivals. She led the coup against him, almost claimed his crown, and then announced their marriage. I know not what deal was struck, but we must remain forever alert to her plots. Odin speaking to the adolescent Baldur.
3 times it stung me. 3! On the hand, then the neck, oh, then on my eyeball!
A true master would ignore such trifles.
Trifles? That gadfly was the size of a squirrel! A big one!
An ogre can tear me limb from limb, and still my severed hands would finish the job. That is focus. That is passion. That is...
Horseshit. Master Brooker, I'm glad you've made it home. And your brother, did you find him?
Yeah, you never did say where he was.
I believe Sindri went adventuring.
Adventuring? No, that's not it. He went to find the special mead. Had a hankering, he said.
Special meat.
Yeah, the special mead.
Sutunger's special meat.
What's that frosty arse got to do with it? We ain't in Jotunheim, in case you hadn't noticed. Well, there's this mead they make down at the brewery. So sweet, well, it's bloody sweet, all right? Anyway, Sindri had an itch for it. Just a horn or two, he said. So, off he goes. That was half a moon ago. I told him not to do it. Too many giants out there, but he wouldn't listen. Him and his cravings.
Where can I find this brewery?
Ailthorpe, southeast of here, other side of the marsh. Can't miss it. You're going to rescue him?
I will find him, yes. And afterwards, you and he will repay me by helping Ivaldi with the job that you've done.
Now hold on, we didn't,
Good, we have a deal. That gadfly? It was Loki. Thor himself could not have withstood the sting.
Alright, so we gotta find Sindri. He's at the brewery, so let's head on down there. Alright, we are just outside the brewery, but I know a hidden entrance. That's the way we're going to take in there.
Famous place there.
Alright, we made it inside, but now I have to search for him.
I've carried enough dwarves.
So we're going to do an investigation. I know where he's at. He's downstairs, but we still have to do the investigation to get him there. Now that we have it complete,
Sindri was captured while sneaking
we'll get part of the story.
He was dragged in here for interrogation. His belongings were seized. Even his roasted acorns, one of the many dwarven delicacies I will never fathom. They tried to loosen his tongue using the same sweet mead he himself sought. Almost drowned him in it. But the shelter has not been raided. So Sindri must have remained strong and refused to give them its location. Instead, he was dragged away. Bloodied, drunk as a fish, but alive. Most likely to face further tortures at a makeshift prison named Jarmshus. That is where I should go next.
Alright, it was going to see if we can sneak in and get him out of there. We found him, everybody. Now it's time to get him out of here. unfortunately, he is dead. But we did get him out of there far enough to where I should. But we'll find out. Alright, we made it. I, in fact, did have to run him the whole way back. It was a long track. It was kind of a little ridiculous, but we're here. So we'll see what we can do. When we get him down inside Hotter Shelter, that. We'll continue moving from there.
Who is this you bring? No! It can't be!
Master Broker, I share in your grief. Truly I do. Your brother was the worthiest of dwarfs. More so than you will ever know.
Oh, Sindri. No. No! My dear Sindri.
Well, that was very unfortunate. I didn't expect that to be the way to go. But we're going to step into chapter 4 here, Forging Bonds. We're going to speak to Broker, and we are going to go from there. Alright, Broker, what do you have to say, my friend? And I am sorry about your brother.
You lied to me. You said you would save him.
I said I would find him.
That ain't my brother. Not anymore. What happened? Tell me. Everything.
As I neared the village, I heard a great roar, like that of a wounded bear. Soon after, I witnessed the final act of a mighty battle. Sindri, beset by giants on all sides. It was he who made the godlike roars.
He always did have a deep voice.
He wielded his hammer and chisel with uncommon skill.
Yes! Yes! I've seen him do it many times in the workshop.
Giants lay strewn about, slain by Sindri's hand. But then, one of cowardly aspect struck your brother treacherously in the back. Yet even as Sindri succumbed to the blow, he lobbed his chisel and struck the coward dead right between the eyes.
Sindri did all that?
It will be written.
Sindri, you son of a rock, where did you hide your tools?
Well, I don't feel like we needed to lie about it, but we're going to speak to some of the other guests here, and we're going to get this rolling.
Where could they be?
Is something wrong, Vassal?
Everything is wrong. We're burying the greatest smith who ever lived, and we don't have his tools to put with him.
I came across some at Aylthorpe. If you want, I can fetch.
Those are just the spares. He never took his best ones from the shelter.
I see. How is it that such valuable instruments have been misplaced?
Misplaced? Don't be daft. Hidden, more like.
By Sindri.
To make sure no one else ever touched them. Particularly Brooker. Except now we can't find them.
And you have no idea where they might be.
Well, they're inside the shelter, I can tell you that. Well, they can't be too far. I'll be surprised if they're somewhere up high.
I thought dwarves were afraid of heights.
Not our Sindri. He was quite the climber. Now me, well, I prefer to keep my feet on the ground, right where they should be.
Finally, the tools of Sindri's trade. We must reunite these tools with Sindri's remains before the disaster has been averted.
Oh, now I see why some call you God!
Still, I have my moments. Heroes die, but not their legacy. Such was Sindri's courage that tonight he feasts in Valhalla, the first of his kind to ever do so.
I'm here for the mead. not the company.
You dwarves and your love of meat. It's caused me enough trouble already.
It wasn't a dwarf who ransacked half of Jotunheim in search of some mysterious mead.
I wouldn't know anything about that. You know, old friend, now would be a good time for some grand gesture.
Like what?
A respectful speech from you, Sindri's greatest rival, would surely.
Ah, fuck off.
We must all make compromises. I can even give you the honeyed words. Time soothes the well of suffering, brings hope that sees beyond chilled death, recasts the whirlpool of sorrow waters of the philosophic mind.
Are those words for Sindri or Baldur?
Baldur lives. Why would he need such words?
Of course, of course. I didn't mean to... Well, you know. Fine, I'll do the speech. But it will be one of my making, not yours. We dwarves don't care much for poetry. Still, we can't set about making speeches until the torches are all lit up.
My brother, a true master. He was,
I did not like Sindri, and he did not like me. Still, he was good with the hammer, and the chisel, and the saw. And he knew how to work the bellows. Some said better than anyone. Even me. Brocker, your brother was a very fine smithy. I admired him greatly.
Master Broker, you've given Sindri an excellent send-off.
it's the least he deserves. But is it really true he feasts in Valhalla?
It is. I saw it in a vision. Come, let's take a stroll. Now tell me, are you prepared to continue Sindri's good work?
Helping Ivaldi was not my brother's work.
But defying Surtur was. It's what got him killed.
Greed for mead is what got him killed.
It took courage to go after that mead. A direct challenge to Surtur's authority.
This is crooked thinking.
Seems straight enough to me.
You know, I don't reckon I owe you a bloody thing.
I risked my life to retrieve your brother's body. Now I'm prepared to risk it again. For you, and all of Svartalfheim.
Bollocks! You ain't doing anything out of the goodness of your heart. I know what you're after. I know all about your lad Baldur. I have ears, you know, even in my grief. So, don't pretend you're here for us, because I know—
Would you have me abandon my own son, and strive only for your salvation?
Okay, when you say it like that. I need time. I'm still grieving, you know. Let me think on it, all right? A little old think.
Rooker, see if he has come to his senses. If he hasn't, I must encourage him further.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, Wolves and Vikings, I think we did pretty good this round. There's a lot of travel, like I said. I'm cutting a lot of that out. It takes too much time. I didn't really even fight anything. We got into town. We snuck in. That was the end of it. Yeah. It's a great story, but having to go climb into that bird's nest was really pointless to me. Yeah, it just didn't feel like it was, necessary to advance the story. Neither with lighting the torches. It's the little things like that that really take. I'm not saying take away from the game, because this is absolutely one of my favorite games of all time. But it just the mundane and over and over again for the simple things is a problem. And it's why each video prior to the last one was 45 minutes long. Now, we are going to continue this tomorrow on Thursday. I'm going to get this all done and out of the way. We are going to finish Assassin's Creed, and we're going to put it on a shelf, and you guys will never have to worry about Valhalla again. That's not to say when the new Assassin's Creed comes out or when Ubisoft drops their Star Wars game, they're not going to be all over it, because I will be. But it's going to give us the ability to not have to continue to play this one. And it'll open up doors to many things like Man from Medan, Little Hope, House of Ashes, the Dark Pictures anthology we're going to finish. We have Until Dawn done. Now we have to get the rest of them done. Also, Batman Telltale still up there. And I got a bunch of new games I want to bring out, but I don't want to bring them out until I got some of the older games done. Also, on the lead up to Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2's multiplayer, we're going to play Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, the original remastered campaign. Alright guys, I'll see you guys in the next video.